Hi, welcome to the first full video on the Who Theory channel. I've finally got over a minute and enough time to say everything I want to include because, that's the problem with shorts, you have to get under a minute and that's hard. Anyway, the Doctor Who 60th specials are starting in a few days, so I thought I'd try to make some predictions about the plot of the first episode, The Star Beast. I made an intro for the channel a while ago, so I'll use that now, I guess. So, where to start? I decided to rewatch all the 60th trailers for this video and work out which shots from which episode and which order they go in, so I've constructed a rough version of all the trailers put together, with only the Star Beast shots and in what I think is the order they happen in the story. So, where does the story begin? The cold open. You see Donna's daughter Rose coming across an escape pod from Beep the Meep's ship, which he's presumably crashed in. He runs away and trying to help, Rose follows him into an alleyway where this shot takes place. She manages to catch him and, trying to act innocent, he claims to be on the run from the Wrath Warriors, assuming this part is true to the Star Beast comic, which was the fact that he led a Meep armada to try and conquer their galaxy. Presumably this is the point where she asks, "Are they monsters?" about the Wrath Warriors. Rose believes Beep and lets him hide in the shed at her and Donna's house. After the cold open, the TARDIS materialises in Camden and we got our first post-regen shot of the 14th Doctor, but not before this lovely stock footage of London, which RTD mentioned in Doctor Who magazine as the first shot, but I'm assuming he just meant the first post-title shot or was lying so as not to spoil anything. The Doctor walks out into the street where he almost immediately bumps into Donna. Knowing she can't see him, he steps back to try and hide, so Donna only gets a brief glimpse of him before being distracted by a rumble of a spaceship falling through the night sky, Beep's ship finally catching up with the escape pod. When Donna gets home that night, she starts to realise she's missing her memories and tells her mum, Sylvia, in this scene.
Sometimes I think there's something missing. Like I had something lovely. And it's gone. I lie in bed thinking, what have I lost?
Hinting that some sort of pseudo-memory recovery like in the End of Time could happen again, which is why Sylvia looks so worried considering the effects it had then. Meanwhile, knowing he has to do something about the spaceship, the Doctor reports it to UNIT, who have managed to recover it, and at the facility where they're keeping it he meets with Shirley Ann Bingham, played by Ruth Madley, and explains the situation with Donna.
If she remembers me, she will die. So what happens next? The spaceship crashes right in front of her. It's like she's drawing us in.
After examining the ship, the Doctor recognises it as a Meep ship, and knowing that the Meeps are a dangerous race, and the ship's occupant is likely being tracked down by the Wrath Warriors, he attempts to track down Beep before he or the Wrath Warriors cause any more damage. He and UNIT manage to track Beep down to Donna's house, but they're too late, the Wrath Warriors have beaten them there. Just as the Doctor arrives on her street, Donna discovers Beep hidden in the shed where Rose was hiding him, brings him into the house and begins to panic. While the Doctor knows Donna can't see him, he decides that he has to get Beep out of there before the Wrath Warriors do, and he bursts into the house while UNIT soldiers attempt to hold off the Wrath army. Sylvia tries to hide him from Donna, but she begins to recognise him, and the Wrath Warriors manage to break through a wall with one of their weapons, making the situation even more dire. As far as I could tell, this is where the last piece of footage from the Star Beast in the trailer goes up to, and I would think that this point would be around 20 to 30 minutes into the episode, so we have to predict the rest without any more actual episode footage. Speaking of which, there seems to be surprisingly little footage from either of the other episodes in the trailers, and not that much plot detail for the Star Beast either, which I thought was quite interesting. The other two episodes are clearly hiding some big secrets. Anyway, on with the more theory-based part of the prediction. Judging by the fact that Donna knows what the TARDIS is and who the Doctor is in shots from Rob Blue Yonder and The Giggle, we can work out that she must get her memory back at some point in this episode, but how? I personally think that Shirley and UNIT have something to do with it, judging by the fact that the Doctor told Shirley about what happened to Donna, and the fact that she's drawing them in. I think that she and UNIT managed to figure out a way to stop her from dying on remembering the Doctor, but how do they know how to deal with this complex Time Lord science? Well, in the past UNIT have dealt with the Time Lord known by fans as the Collective, also known as 11, or whatever incarnation they're in the universe, who has a condition known as regenerative dissonance, causing all of their incarnations to stay conscious after every regeneration, eventually driving them insane. This is similar to what happened to Donna after the Meta Crisis, so if UNIT had been attempting to create a solution to this, or had met their 12th incarnation, who had a neural inhibitor to stop all the voices in her head, then they could use that same technology to block the Doctor's mind from Donna's. While this solution may be unlikely, as I'm not sure the main show is allowed to reference Big Finish, it could happen. If the whole episode's based on a comic, a Big Finish reference would possibly be allowed this time, like in The Night of the Doctor. So, after a possible solution for the problem of Donna's memory, how could the rest of the episode resolve? I'd hazard a guess that after the explosion in the house, the Doctor, Beep and Donna managed to get out the back and into a unit vehicle, possibly disguised as this taxi, which would drive them back to the unit base where Beep's ship is being stored, the neural inhibitor or other solution being given to Donna on the way so that, her head doesn't explode. After they get back to the base, I would expect something along the lines of Unit trapping Beep in his ship and the Wrath Warriors being tricked into surrounding inside of the Unit base, allowing Unit to incarcerate both Beep and the Wrath Army, resolving the main threat of the first episode. At the end of the episode, the Doctor and Donna will be able to reconcile, and the Doctor could probably meet the rest of Donna's family again, being introduced to Rose before a cliffhanger leading into Wild Blue Yonder. As the episode hasn't released yet, it's impossible to know how much I got right and wrong, but I'd say most of the events I mentioned probably happened, just maybe not in that order. We'll have to see. This was my best guess as to the plot based on the trailers, but what do you think? If you have any theories too, be sure to leave them in the comments below. One final thing, if you want to see that rough Star Beast trailer I talked about earlier, I've put it up as an unlisted video, so you can click here to see it. Thanks for watching. Bye.